Hey y'all, how we doing? I'm working on some chains and Jess suggested that I show everybody kind of what I'm doing. Um, so a little context, buy chain by the foot, make the jump rings, and soldering on lobster clasps. Um, the reason I'm using potatoes as a heat sink, two reasons. The first is I have a hard time pick soldering because of my neuropathy issues. So this is a good way to hold the jump ring in place so I can place the solder and solder it, and I don't have to worry about the chain because of the heat sink. The other thing is I've found over time that putting too much heat on the lobster claws greatly shortens the life of the spring inside of it. This is an excellent heat sink, and by burying the lobster clasp, there's no way it's going to get too hot. So that's why I do it. How I do it, I just carve out a small channel to lay the chain in, and then I take a pair of tweezers or small pliers and I just push the lobster claw down inside of it, and I push it down enough so that it holds the jump ring up in the air. I don't know if you can see it or not, but that way the jump ring isn't laying flat on the potato and we're losing all of our heat to the potato when we solder that. So that's why I have them kind of tilted up in the air.
Okay, so do you want to explain to people how we
made the potato, or
yeah,
what?
how do you make the potato?
So it's just I'm using a russet, I believe, and I cut a flat end off one side so it sits nice and flat, and then another flat side off this top side. It's nice and thick, so I'll be able to do these, and I'll be able to do probably 3 more or so, and I could even probably split it in half lengthwise and use it even more, especially this one. This one's super thick.
Okay.
So from there, the other end of the chain is just a jump ring by itself. So I'm just laying these on the fire brick and using the charcoal as my heat sink for the chain itself, as well as, to reduce the I can't say it, to reduce the oxygen as we solder it.
So you put this little
Yeah.
piece of charcoal
So,
right there.
Right. So I fluxed and set my piece of solder down there, and then just set this basically as close as I can to the ring as possible to protect the chain from being heat hardened from oxidation. I just said it. And yeah, the works.
All right. So next up is soldering.
So, yep, next is soldering.
Okay, good.
Cool.
Yay. We'll see y'all later.